Could you please share me your screen?
Okay, I can share screen. Yes. So yes. Do you see?
Yes, it's loading. Yes, I can see it now. So just open any editor of your choice.
Okay. Okay. Let's go from just fiddle.
Okay. So if you check the chat box, I have shared a question. Okay.
Uh,
You have to tell me like what will be the output and why it will be.
Output will be here will be 10 given that we are using var. It's like var is global. It's a global scope. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's kind of making hosting. That's why it will be 10.
Okay. And how it will be fixed?
We can use LED for LED is like function scopes. That's why it won't. It will be 9 then.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. So let's move to the next question. I'm sharing the another question in the chat. Okay. So tell me here what will be the output for it.
Okay, console log high, set timeout, console server. Okay, first we will have like hi, then you, and hi user. You will have like the output.
Uh, mm, what will be the answer? Could you please repeat once?
Okay, first will be hi, then
Mm-hmm.
it will be you, then it will like execute this callback like there.
Okay. May I know the reason why like it will be high you there? Why not high there you?
Okay, given that set timeout is like asynchronous request, that's why if it's regarding to the event loop, like how it execute the steps by step. For example, in JavaScript we have a single thread operation, so mostly like it's going from the okay. First we have like console log high, right? It
Mm-hmm.
will execute it like in call stack and make it empty. Then we have set timeout. Set timeout is using like callback, which will render to the web API. Like it has set timeout 5 seconds, so it will go to the web API and execute only when after 5 seconds. But after it, we execute this given that it's like going on stack directly, and now it's executed after 5 seconds on the queue stack, like callback queue. We have we are receiving set timeout, like, and then we execute in call stack. It's like loop.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so like I have one another question. Okay, I'm seeing it. So like there is a function and we are passing two values there like 4 and 5. It should multiply and then the output will be 20. So the same process should be done like this. Sending the another. So how will you achieve it?
Okay, if I want to make it, okay, I will return like maybe okay, I will return make a create a function. Okay, let me create a function. Okay, just
Mm.
fiddle. Okay, I have a function. What was product, right? So here I will receive x like okay. For example, I will receive x. Okay, then to like return function. So I will y. Okay, return. Yeah, it's if I return function, like
Mm-hmm.
I have function and return function inside of it, I will like make this 20 here.
Okay.
We can
Uh,
check it if you want.
yeah. Can you do that?
Yes, okay, we can check it. Like,
Okay.
yeah, here it's 20.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. Okay. So, Sak, what do you know about the hosting in JavaScript?
Hosting in JavaScript is default behavior like of moving declaration to the top. Like another like way to tell it like in short way, a variable can be used before it has been declared.
Okay. Okay. Got it. And what do you know about the closure? Can you tell me in details and with one example for it?
Yes. Okay. A cluster mainly like give access to outer function scope from inner
Mhm.
function. In
Okay.
JavaScript, closures are created every time, like when a function is created at the
Mm-hmm.
creation time. Uh,
Okay.
okay, let's give example. It will be much clearer. So now let's going to the example. Like I have function init. Let's make it called init. Okay, then I have, for example, variable name, my name, Shah. Okay, then we have like inner function. Let's call it display name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then for example, we now can access the name like actually like yeah, okay, we making it.
Mm-hmm.
Then we just want to console like it's inner. Inner. Then let's name it. Regarding it. Okay. Log. It should be outer and like name and display name. So yeah. Okay.
Okay. So what you have written here, the name. Uh, got it.
Okay. I have like a function
Mm-hmm. Okay.
inside of it I have a like inner function. So what closures means is like we have a variable is like in outer scope like of the function. It as regards to this is inner function. What it's making is taking this it's going is like going to after function and takes this variable and make it like redeclare like to resh it, and that's
Okay.
why we have like a console log like rush. In inner we have like a rush this read declare. Then in the outer we just taking out like this. No.
Okay. 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 Got it. That's fine. Okay. So let's move to the another question. So I'm sending you in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
So you can copy this code in your editor, but don't run it.
Okay.
You can clear
So
the console.
Yes, I can clear the console. Okay, so now,
Tell me the.
okay, uh-huh. Okay, first will I see is will be execute the script start.
Mhm.
Secondly, the promise will be executed like promise one, promise two.
Can you write
Ah,
below, like what will be the order of the output?
okay. Like, yeah, give me a second. I need to think about it. Okay. So
Mhm.
the
Yep,
output
yep.
should be script start. Then yes, then is script end.
Mhm.
Then we have promises. Uh, Promises like promise one, promise two, and then at the end we have a callback like set timeout.
Okay. Is there any specific reason? Do you know why promise will be executed first and then the same set timeout?
To be honest, like given that we are resolving promises like directly, I think the only reason like the promise will be executed first.
Okay. Okay, no issue. That's fine. Okay, so Sak, let's move to the next part. I mean, to the React.js questions. So, can you tell me like React is one-way data binding or two-way data binding?
Uh, yes, React using one-way data binding, like which means data flow is, is
Mhm.
from owner to child only, and we can also like pass from child like from child to parent, but we need to use callback. You know,
Okay, okay, that's fine. And what is Redux?
Redux is like a JavaScript library, like it's
Mm-hmm.
predictable state container for JavaScript. Like it based on the flex design pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Like why I use Redux like in my projects in order to avoid props drilling. You know, it's better like to maintain if it's a big project.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely is to better to make a global state values. You know, and yeah, you can dispatch it and
Can you tell me a bit more about the prop drilling?
prop drilling. Yes, I can tell. Like prop link, and when you passing the data to the child, and yeah, it can create some problems. That's why, in order to avoid props drilling, we use like we can use Redux library in order to avoid it. And or we can also use like use hook like use context. It's also
Mm-hmm.
help. Yeah, it really depends on which project you want. Like if it's big project, it's definitely better to use like library like Redux. But if it's like you need just to pass the data to many children, it's better to use context.
Okay, got it. That's fine. Do you know about the higher order component in React.js? And could you please share also one example if possible?
Okay, so higher component is an advanced way of reusing the component logic. uh, it's like HOC, like its higher order components, are custom components, which wraps another component within it.
Mm-hmm.
They can accept dynamically provided child component, but they
Okay.
won't modify or copy any behavior
Mm-hmm.
from
Can you
the
write?
inputs components. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Can you write one example? I just wanted to see.
Okay, let me think. Okay. Okay, let's try like this.
Mhm. You can take your time. No issue.
Yeah. And for example, okay, so here we receive the component which we want
Mm-hmm.
debug, like a component like to debug. Okay, give me a second. Let me refresh something. Okay, here we receiving component.
Mm-hmm.
That what we want to do. Like, why is a higher component like we need to use? Like I will use it like if I have the same logic, like for
Mm-hmm.
example fetch data.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely I don't want to write a lot of like logic to the every component. The main purpose of React is to use reusable components and also reusable logic, you know. That's why I think a higher order component will be really useful in this like situation. It has the same logic.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, let's like for example debug. And here we have like component to debug. And yes, we are passing the props to children, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is my example.
Yeah. Okay. So it is taking one component in debug component as a props, and you are reusing it, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. So, what do you know about the virtual DOM?
What do I know what about virtual DOM? Okay, virtual DOM is like is a memory representation of real DOM. The
Mm-hmm.
representation of UI is kept in memory and synced with the real DOM. Like in the easy words, like okay, given that why virtual DOM is working faster than real DOM, from my experience, is like copying the real DOM state, like and is comparing. Like for example, we changed some state in our component, so it won't re-render all components. It just will re-render that only components that it has changed. It will compare the previous state and current state. So yeah, after it will change only what where is changed state. You know, the component where it has changed. That's why the performance is really high.
Okay. Okay. Got it. What are the advantage of using React.js? Why should we use it?
Yes, as I mentioned before, it's a virtual DOM. Like it increases really like performance of
Mm-hmm.
application. Also, JSX makes like the code easy to read and write. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So the short one is a like it runs both on client and server side. It has server side rendering, which is really cool feature.
Okay.
Uh, uh, also it's easy to integrate with other frameworks.
Mm-hmm.
And as I know, it's easy like to write UI tests and integration tools like it's just.
So, like, which testing library you use for the React.js?
To be honest, I have only knowledge of like testing, but I'm not like proficient. But I really want to learn this stuff when I have free time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's really fine. That's nice. Okay. So, let's move to the next question. Do you know the difference between a state and props? Could you please explain it?
Okay. So let's start like both props and states are plain JavaScript object.
Mm-hmm.
While both of them hold information that influence the output
Mm-hmm.
of render. They are different, in the functionality, like with respect to components.
Okay.
Props get passed to the component similar to the function parameters.
Mm-hmm.
State is managed within the component similar to variables declared with a function. Okay, in easy word, like I will tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, for example, why we use props. Props is using when we want to pass data to child.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay.
as regards the state, we have like hook, like use state, when we can we just using some destruction like state and set state. So we put the default value. If we want to change it, we just need to like dispatch the set name, or you understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got
Yeah.
it. Okay, Zach. So, like, do you know about the life cycle in React.js?
Yes, I know
Can
the
you-
life cycle. Like, you mean like, okay, the life cycle. Let me remember, like, life cycle.
Do you use functional-based component or class-based component, by the way?
I use function-based component. Yeah, I know like how to use class-based, but when it's like released on React 16.8, if I'm not mistaken, the
Mhm.
function component is really useful, and it's used like ES6 syntaxes, so it's really nice to use it. It's like syntax as sugar. So yeah, okay. As regarding lifecycle, it was like mounting,
Mm-hmm.
updating, and unmounting. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Okay, that's fine. Can you convert those three life cycle in a functional-based component?
Okay. So we have a hook like user effect.
Mm-hmm.
So here we it's like did mount. Like we have in our class bracelet, it's like component did mount. Okay. And also like use effect.
Mm-hmm.
Here we have a component did update.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, give me a second. So here we should put some. It's like event listeners. You just listen to some state like changing. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is effect. And here we just, if you want to, component will unmount. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Turn. So yes. Okay. Here's component will unmount.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. So, do you know how we can actually directly access to the DOM in React.js?
Yes, I would use useref hook. So using this like useref, we can access them directly. You know,
Okay.
and what it helps us like when we need to use this useref hook, when like refs helps us managing focus, like text selection or media playback.
Okay.
Also, like as I remember, it's like triggering
Mm-hmm.
imperative animation.
Okay.
And also like if I'm not mistaken, is integrating with third-party DOM libraries.
Okay. So on that place we can use ref, right?
Yes, yes, right.
Okay, got it. By the way, do you have any idea about the use memo or use callback? Why we need to use it and when to use
uh,
it?
yeah, I have knowledge, but I haven't used it, like, to be honest, like, as so often. So yeah, maybe I used like a couple of times of it. Like, it's the main reason why we need to use it. Like, these functions, utilize concept called memorization.
Mm-hmm.
uh, it's basically have a copy of old versions of object. uh,
Mm-hmm.
it's like working like cache. And if in JavaScript, I think it's kind of similar to weak map, weak set. It's like trying to cache it, the values, to render it fast, not like to not recalculating everything. I mean, if the object is like they're just changing only that way, like it's like also working like virtual DOM. I think it's just trying to cache it, the cache the data.
Okay, okay, got it. And okay, that's fine.